Hey, it's Lynn Maureen Hurdle, the conflict closer, coming to you with another video today about conflict. And I started with the basics. I started with what is conflict. That was number one. Number two is why we need to be talking about conflict. And today, number three is why don't we like conflict? Where do we get this notion that we need to avoid it at all costs, or we just simply hate conflict? The truth is that conflict is one of the only things that's ever really made substantive change in the world. And that's because of the diverse opinions that are expressed in conflict, and because when conflict creates this impasse, if we really want to get to a better place, we really have to stop, listen, communicate, and problem solve about how to move forward together. So in order to do that, I believe, as the conflict closer, that we need to start looking at why we have these ideas that we have about conflict. And for me, the number one thing is the construct that was created for us around conflict early in our lives. Each of us, all of us, have had conflict constructed for us. And it's usually by the people that have raised us, or the places where we've been raised. And so we have to look at, what did they do when conflict happened? How did they handle it? Did they avoid it? Did they scream, yell? Did they annihilate each other with name calling and put downs? Did they engage in really good communication skills and sit down and talk things out? Did they fight? Did they shoot people? I mean, listen, I'm serious about all of that, because you can't tell me that all of those things aren't going on in the world today and going on in our homes, in our communities, and unfortunately, even in our businesses, our schools, right? We're seeing it. So somewhere the construct was laid that conflict is done this way. And for most of us, that way was negative, and that way was something that we were taught to avoid, that we avoid conflict at all costs. So I encourage you to go back, to take a look at the construct of conflict that was created for you, and to really start to examine the effect that it's had on you, and the effect that it's had on you with regard to how you view, engage, or avoid conflict. So this is the conflict closer coming at you. These are meant to be short and sweet, but meant for you to think about conflict. It's time. It is overdue, because if we look around, we can see we right now are not doing conflict well.